In 2023, scientists threaded a slim endoscopic camera through a narrow joint between the Great Pyramid's stones. On the screen, a space no human eye had seen since the pyramid was built. Completely empty. Empty. And that made it stranger. Someone built a hidden corridor, sealed it, and left no surviving explanation. The strangest part, this corridor sits directly above the pyramid's original entrance, behind stones tourists photograph every day. For nearly 2 centuries, explorers mapped every accessible passage by lamplight. They charted chambers, shafts, and dead ends. Then the mapping stopped. Since 1837, nobody had found a single major new space inside this monument. Over the past decade, physicists found 2, not with shovels or drills, with particles raining down from space. One of them you just saw. The other is longer than a passenger jet, with no way in. This is the story of what they actually found, what it might be, and where the evidence stops. Start with the problem. The Great Pyramid holds roughly 2.3 million blocks of solid stone. You cannot X-ray something that size. No machine on Earth beams radiation through hundreds of meters of rock. But nature already does. Cosmic rays strike the atmosphere. They rain down constantly, thousands per square meter each minute, punching through hundreds of meters of stone. Dense stone stops some muons. Empty space lets more survive. Count the excess, and hidden voids emerge. In 2015, an international project called ScanPyramids placed muon detectors inside and around. Japanese teams used special photographic films and particle counters. A French team positioned gas telescopes outside the pyramid. Detectors sat for months in chambers, corridors, and outside the pyramid, silently recording muons from different angles. When processed, the data became muon images, an X-ray of the last standing wonder of the ancient world. The known chambers appeared exactly where they should. So did 2 spaces that nobody had ever mapped. On the north face, above the original entrance, massive gabled stones form a shape like a double arrowhead. Egyptologists call them chevrons. Elsewhere in the pyramid, chevrons protect spaces beneath them from the crushing weight of stone. But these chevrons guarded nothing anyone knew about. A shield standing over centuries of apparently blank stone. In 2016, the muon detectors flagged an anomaly right behind them. Something less dense, something possibly hollow. It took 7 more years of measurements, analysis, and verification to pin down its size and position precisely. By 2023, muon data had pinned it down, 9 meters long, about 2 meters wide and tall. Radar and ultrasound confirmed the void behind the chevrons, and an existing gap offered the camera a way inside. The endoscope snaked through the joint, turned, and broadcast the first images. Rough walls, a peaked stone ceiling, and a bare floor. No treasure, no inscriptions, no visible doorway. 4,500 years of nothing. So why build it? One theory says it relieves weight over the entrance. The chevrons support that idea. Muon analysis suggests it stops. Nothing larger than 1 meter square continues, though a narrower passage can't be excluded. 9 meters of sealed corridor, no confirmed purpose, and it was the smaller of the 2 impossible things found. Deep in the pyramid's heart, above the Grand Gallery, the muon maps showed a second hollow, a huge one. At least 30 meters long, with a cross-section resembling the Grand Gallery, roughly the length of a passenger jet. 3 teams, 3 detector technologies, 3 independent analyses, each one detected the same long void above the Grand Gallery. In 2017, it went public in the journal Nature. They named it, plainly, the Big Void. Nothing this large had been found inside since a British team blasted upward with gunpowder in 1837. But here is what the particles cannot tell you: what the emptiness is for, or what it holds. Muons measure density, nothing else. An empty chamber and a dusty construction gap can produce the same signal. So the theories split. Perhaps a hidden chamber nobody has entered since Khufu's workers sealed the pyramid. Perhaps an internal ramp left over from construction. Perhaps a construction void meant to reduce weight or redirect stress. Several senior Egyptologists urged caution, arguing it might be one more construction gap inside an enormous mass of masonry. That skepticism is fair, but this was no statistical fluke. 3 independent detector systems confirmed the same void. One camera confirmed what the smaller anomaly looked like. The big void still has no known access route. Why? Because the pyramid has a habit. Every time we push a machine inside, it stops us at stone. In 1993, a small crawler robot climbed a narrow shaft leading up from the Queen's chamber. These shafts lead to neither of the newly found voids, but they show how this pyramid treats explorers. About 60 meters up, it met a carefully worked limestone block with 2 copper pins, like a tiny door. 9 years later, another robot drilled a hole through that slab and pushed a camera through the opening. Behind the first blocking stone, 20 centimeters away, another blocking stone. The pyramid had answered with another wall. Years later, a flexible camera maneuvered past the first slab and revealed painted red marks inside. Builder's marks, probably. Nobody has read them with full certainty, and nobody has ever seen behind that second blocking stone. Could we drill toward the big void and look? In principle, perhaps. But every hole is forever. Muon imaging can probe this deep without drilling. It gave us evidence, not access. Then came a promise. In November 2025, Zahi Hawass claimed a 30-meter passage ending at a door, history about to be rewritten. As of July 2026, nothing published has verified that door or shown the big void is a passage. Back in 2017, Hawass chaired the scientific committee and argued the signal might reflect construction gaps, not roof. That skepticism was legitimate because muons reveal density differences. Here is the honest ledger. The 9-meter north face corridor is confirmed, filmed, apparently empty, and still unexplained. The big void is also confirmed, at least 30 meters long, detected independently by 3 muon technologies. Not confirmed are doors, treasure, a hidden burial chamber for Khufu, or any finding that rewrites Egyptian history. Until published evidence arrives, the pyramid is holding an answer, but a promise is still not a receipt.